what would you say if a woman is like, okay, I need a barometer, right? Because we like to track stuff. What should they be tracking? What's one thing that they go, okay, I'm tracking. How do I know I'm not burning myself out or fatiguing myself, under eating, all these things? What would you tell them to track?
Oh, that's such a good question. I'd always be like, "Well, what's the goal? What's your goal? Is weight loss the goal? Is energy the goal? Is like what's the actual goal?" For many of my clients, weight loss is
Mhm.
the goal, right? So the first thing I say is stop weighing yourself every day. Number 1, like stop that. We have to recognize fat is like a fire or like a log. If you've ever seen a fire, we put a log on a fire, it does not combust immediately. It doesn't. Right now at this stage, and this may not be a popular answer, I would be paying attention to alcohol consumption,
Whew,
okay?
yeah. Yep.
So let's just I'm sorry, and I like a glass of wine, but we need some healthy limits, and I find that there's a lot of misinformation around alcohol, that women are doing all of this stuff perfectly with food, maybe even exercise, and they're crushing 2 to 3, maybe even more bottles of wine a week.
Yep.
So I would limit.
100%.
Yep.
100%. I've had
So I
people
would
tell
limit
me,
that.
don't tell me to do anything. I will not do anything with that. And I'm like, we will be having a struggle with getting rid of excess body fat because
Yeah.
just the metabolism of alcohol alone shuts down enzymes that helps your body process fat overnight, which is when we burn fat. Like,
Totally.
it's
It
like,
blocks it for 2 days, and then so you have a
yeah,
drink today, don't have a drink tomorrow, you have a drink the next day, you still have stayed in glucose impairment, lipolysis can't happen, like, so we know that. So I'd say
yeah,
set a healthy limit and, see how your symptoms change. It makes sleeping better, all the things. And then I'm not someone so we gotta remember I am a clinical exercise physiologist. I don't just believe in exercise, I know it's important. However, when you're carrying a lot of extra weight and you're now like going to go try and get your weighted vest on and do 10,000 steps, I wouldn't do that either. It's gonna lead to tissue damage, injury. You're gonna have plantar fasciitis, or you put yourself at risk. And I think what we need to work on is again, I'm gonna go back to the basics. And what I do is not sexy and it's not fancy. It is common sense for somebody who's got an education, but it's also get moving. Start strength training. You might not like it. My mom was never in the gym, but start on the little things that you can add in and get consistent. Start tracking. I don't want to give platitudes here, but your water consumption. Can I tell you how many women are coming to me with chronic dehydration markers? The- And and then I hear, but I don't like water. Vegetable consumption. Let's stuff you so full of the good stuff that you don't have room for the bad. Um, Work on getting up to 8 cups of 4 cups leafy greens, other 4 cups of vegetables in a day. That 1% of North Americans get their vegetable intake. But I don't like vegetables. I don't like water. I hear this and I say, okay, but you're not too. Let's learn. Like, we cannot be picky eaters and expect great health. We cannot avoid water and expect to have proper digestive health, chronic constipation, that's a marker something's not going on right, like, it's pay attention to your symptoms, and if you really wanna track something, pay attention to your favorite pair of jeans that are tight right now,
yeah.
and try those on once a week and see if you're noticing changes.
That's what I tell people all the time. I'm like, find a pair, whatever you got in your closet, you have that size that you cannot wear right now, and you use those as your gauge. And going back to the hydration thing, have
Ugh,
you ever looked at Dr. Rick Johnson's work
no,
looking at uric acid?
no,
So
should I know him?
you should know him.
Okay.
He's published like 300 times. So they were doing all this study on uric acid. Uric acid is a mitochondrial marker of impairment, right? So uric acid comes up. It's our way of providing support to slow down the mitochondria, your powerhouse, in times of starvation. What happens during starvation? We are not only not eating, we are underhydrated. And one of the things they found when they were looking at hypertension, sodium concentrations in the blood, and hydration was if you were chronically dehydrated, the glucose circulating in the blood through an enzyme would get converted to fructose at the liver and get stored
In your
protectively.
belly.
Right. So it slows down AMP, it does all these changes in the mitochondria, slowing mitochondrial function. I won't go through all those special words for that, but it basically slows your powerhouse's ability to burn glucose and fat because your body thinks it's in a starvation state. And so women are running around and they don't realize that pounding coffee, no water, all that stuff is actually slowing their metabolic rate, regardless of what exercise you did that day. That
Yeah.
30% reduction, that's part of the mechanism, right?
And
And it
that's
is big.
huge. That's huge. Like, I swear we go to such basics. We start with basics at where how I work, and women within 2 weeks have just radically shifted their symptoms. Like, they're not moody. They don't have the 3 PM drop anymore. They're actually like the brain fog, the decision impairment, the fatigue. A lot of that can be caused by dehydration.
Yeah.
And then the marker of masking hunger, or we to interpret hunger as opposed to I'm thirsty. So we
Mhm.
eat instead of drink. And I think that the biggest thing out there is a lot of times women will know the knowledge, like, we understand the research, they're smart, and then I hear but I don't feel like doing that.